Hey guys, it's Mike McGuire. Welcome to Mike on a Monday for June 11th, 2012. A break in the rain that we've had here in the area for the last little while. Thanks so much for watching. Coming up in just moments, Crystal Shawanda. She's back. She's going to perform her new single for us. And in our continuing series, it'll be time once again to go By the Fireplace with Chad Brownlee. A special chat with him. And, well, something I didn't know he could do until this week's episode. All that and a whole lot more coming for you this week. I just want to borrow 1 second of your time and invite you to this link right here. It's your chance to support me as I run for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the Rock and Roll Montreal Half Marathon coming up in September. It's the first time they've ever brought a rock and roll event to Canada. If you follow me on my other YouTube channel, which you can see a link to right here, you can follow my progress. You can see some of the stories of the people that it's affected and some of the people that you're helping out. In fact, later on this week, I'm going to have a story of a buddy of mine who ran with me in Seattle, who's a great guy, and his story is definitely one of the great reasons as to why I run. If you can support the cause, I greatly appreciate it. It will help me run that much faster come September. In the meantime, let's get on with the show.
And now it's time for By the Fireplace with Chad Brownlee.
All right, here for your entertainment, the very rare occurrence.
Very rare occurrence.
Chad Brownlee reenacting Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Hi, I'm looking for Ray Finkel. And a clean pair of shorts.
What do you know about Ray Finkel?
Soccer-style kicker, graduate from Collier High, June 1976. Holds two NCAA Division I records, once for most points in a season, once for distance. Formerly nicknamed the Mule, first and only craft that ever come out of Collier County. One hell of a bottle of American. Thank you.
That's all right.
What?
This has been By the Fireplace with Chad Brownlee.
Stood on Gypsy stage, sang my heart out, sang my hero songs for a real drunk crowd. Is it okay to hope they'll remember me? Yeah, one of these days, down on Broadway.
There's no more elegant way to put this than where you been? What's been going on? What's happening?
Oh my God, I've been living in a tour bus, literally. You know, it's and working on the album, but it's hard to record a new album when you live on the road. You know, we've been very blessed with a very busy touring career, so we do anywhere from 260 shows a year, and this past year we said, you know what, if we're ever going to finish this new album, we're going to have to cut it down. So we decided to only do 245, and somewhere in between there we finished the new album.
I want to talk about where we are shooting this. All joking aside, we're at the River Cree Resort and Casino, which is in Enoch, which is just outside of Edmonton. And I guess some folks here wanted to bring you in, not just to perform, which you did tonight, but I didn't know this, but it must be kind of weird, kind of daunting to be asked to come as a speaker and talk about your life. But I guess you're getting to share your story on that level as well. How did that all come about?
You know, it's something I've actually been doing for a while. I do a lot of motivational speaking, and I usually tailor it to whatever the event is going on. You know, my story is very diverse, my background. You know, I grew up on a reservation, and I'm very familiar with things that happen within tight-knit communities and tragedy within communities, and how we all seem to, you know, cling to each other and support each other and lean on each other. And country music and starting my own company, starting my own record label, and being an entrepreneur and a professional dreamer, as I like to call myself.
I know people in the music business that just heard that phrase that said, started her own what?
I know, right?
Are you crazy?
So, you know, that's a big part of it. You know, when I speak at these events, I talk about starting my company and how crazy people thought I was for starting my own record label, because it's quite lofty. You know, it's like who do you think you are wanting to start a record label? But you know, it doesn't come from a know-it-all place. It just comes from, I love this business, I love this industry, and I just want to be a part of it, you know. And I've always been more than a voice, but I've had to kind of suppress that the past few years, and just being able to you know, dig that back up and re-nurture it and bring it back alive again has been so satisfying. It's been a very exciting time for me.
We're going to get you to sing a song. Tell us about this tune quickly.
This song is my brand new single. I wrote this actually with my husband, Dwayne Strobel. And
who's going to come play in a moment, in case you're wondering who the guy with the guitar is.
And Jeremy Stover and Jamie Paul. And this is actually the same crew that I wrote Dawn of a New Day with. And for us, we were just sitting around, you know, they were asking me, like, what, you know, you've played at Tootsie's for 6 years and you've been going there since you were a kid. Like,
For those that don't know what Tootsie's is.
Yes, I should explain it. World famous Tootsie's Orchid Lounge is the most famous honky-tonk in Nashville. And it's famous because everybody from Willie Nelson to Chris Christopherson and Patsy Cline all used to hang out there. Like, Chris Christopherson actually wrote Sunday Morning Coming Down on the Rooftop. You know, so we actually mentioned Sunday Morning Coming Down in the song. And it's one of those places, you know, I grew up on those stories of all the singers singing at the Opry, and they would sneak through the back alley to Tootsie's, and they would go there and have themselves a good old time and sometimes too much fun. And I was drawn to those stories. I couldn't wait to jump in and be a part of it. It was like my dream come true waiting to happen and my mama's worst nightmare.
Was the biggest thing I'd ever seen. There were cracks on the sidewalk, ghosts in the street, and it moved me like a kid in a candy store. My piece of heaven was inside the door of a honky-tonk, and down on Broadway I sat in the chair where Willie sat, wanted a drink, and I kicked it back just a stone's throw away from where the Opry used to be. I've stood on Tootsie's stage and sang my heart out, sang my hero songs for a real drunk crowd. Is it okay to hope they'll remember me? Yeah, one of these days, down on Broadway. Well, I wrote my name up on the wall. I watched some dreams fly and I watched them fall, and that's Nashville. 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. They shut the bars down and they open again. They mean business. Yeah, down on Broadway. I sang Sunday morning coming down, fell down the steps, then Hank fell down just a stone's throw away from where the Opry used to be. I stood on Tootsie's stage and sang my heart out, sang my hero songs for a real drunk crowd. Is it okay to hope they'll remember me? Yeah, one of these days, you're down on Broadway. It was the biggest thing I'd ever seen. Gonna carry on what it taught me. And if I'm in town, it's safe to say, if you want